Hi there, students. To faze, F-A-Z-E. This means to frighten somebody, to put them off, to make them a little bit afraid. So the idea of jumping out of an aeroplane with a parachute doesn't faze him at all. He's completely unfazed by the idea of jumping out of an aeroplane. The reporters asked very personal questions, but the politician carried on completely unfazed, not hesitant, not frightened, not daunted, unimpressed, just carried on as if things were normal. Okay, so the reporter hoped the politician would be fazed and would not know what to say, but he's a seasoned politician and he's not disrupted. His composure is not disrupted. He's not disconcerted or embarrassed. He's not bothered by things like that. He's completely unfazed. She was completely unfazed by the extraordinary events. The criticism that had been levelled at me was like water off a duck's back, and I was completely unfazed and able to reply without any problem. So unfazed, not surprised, not worried. He seems unfazed by success. There are suddenly crowds of people screaming for him, but he's completely unfazed. Totally unfazed. He looked at me and said no. Okay, so to faze, to surprise somebody, to worry them. So in some parts of the city, people are no longer fazed by the idea of guns. Speaking in public is something that does not faze her. She's completely unfazed, unaffected by public speaking. Okay, so to faze, to disturb, to disconcert, to make somebody worried, to make them nervous. So to break somebody's composure. It was the World Cup final, and he was taking the penalty, but he was completely unfazed. I am unfazed by the idea of standing up in front of a group of students and talking to them. This is something that you get used to. Okay, so if you're unfazed by something, you're not affected by it. You just carry on regardless. The customer was making threats, but I was completely unfazed as the customer ranted and raved. Let's see, when you take exams, do you get really stressed by the idea? Do you get really worried, or are you completely unfazed by taking exams? Yeah? If you're unfazed when you take exams, that's a good thing. Despite numerous setbacks, she remained unfazed. The weather, we were getting close to the top of Everest, but the weather was getting bad. But we continued on unfazed. Okay, the line of policemen remained unfazed in face of a line of violent demonstrators. He was unfazed by the criticism and continued to express his ideas. So here, unfazed, you're not affected by external factors. Despite the chaos everywhere, he continued unfazed and focused on doing what he was supposed to be doing. Um, a fireman, could go into a raging inferno, and but I think if you are an experienced firefighter, you do so unfazed. It's not something that puts you off. So, despite numerous setbacks, I continued unfazed. Everybody panicked in this situation, except for the mayor, who was completely unfazed by criticism, unfazed in high pressure situations, unfazed by unexpected events. Yeah, so things can faze you, they worry you, they upset you, they disturb you. Criticism did not faze him in the slightest. So phased, disconcerted, confused, agitated, discombobulated, and then unfazed, unperturbed, unruffled, laid back, relaxed, not worried. He is not fazed even by the worst of situations. He's so calm it seems that nothing can faze him. Standing up and playing in front of 25,000 people did not faze him in the slightest. Okay, so to phase, formality. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 in formality. Use informally, use in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing, perhaps in not in something very formal. And as to origin, we've got an Old English word, thaisan, meaning to frighten off, to frighten away. So, yeah, when you speak English, you need to be unfazed, relaxed, and just do your best. So to phase, unfazed.